There's something for everyone. I mean, if you enjoy a bit of humor, we got that for you. If you love that incredible, humongous spectacle, spectacle of suspense and thrill, we have that. If longing for a little nostalgia, the 80s are there and waiting for you. But all in all, it's a story of someone coming into their own and meeting a friend who's maybe a little bit different. And being there for one another. Now that was for me because I wanted to play somebody evil, at least once, because I'm usually playing these really noble creatures. So I had a great deal of fun.
The idea of being being a part of something so huge is really an honor, and to be a part of something that means so much to so many people. And not only that, but to give them this origin story of their fan favorite Transformer. It feels really special to be a part of. I got to play an amazing character, and I don't know, this is all very surreal. I'm just trying to take it all in. There's a lot going on, and I'm very excited to be here. Well, I think this film has a huge sense of wonder that is so special, and it allows you to just sort of lose yourself in this film. And it has these two sides to it where you're watching it and you forget you're watching a Transformers film, and then you're in that sort of Transformers world and you forget that there's this sort of grounded character-based storyline. There's a lot going on and a lot to identify with. It's really a coming-of-age story for everyone in this film. So I think there's a lot to take away. Well, they can expect everything they know and love in terms of the show-stopping action. And this is Bumblebee's origin story, so they get to see where Bumblebee came from and how he became the bee that we know and love.
It's a heartfelt story. You get the action, you get the adventure, you get the mythology of Transformers, but at the same time, you get a great story. The reason action, heart, and friendship can converge on a movie like this is because time is dedicated to depth of field. You get to know Bumblebee, you get to know Charlie, you get to know your main characters, and you get to go on this unbelievable ride with them. And it's not just action for the sake of action. It's take time, take a breath, and define what the obstacles are, what the misunderstandings are, what each character is yearning for. I think Transformer fans or new fans to the franchise walk away with the same experience. They're going to be entertained. People will walk out of the theater happy and entertained. I think that's extra special. It's a tremendous honor to be part of a franchise, and I think it's extra special to be part of a group that redefines it. So that's really cool.
I grew up as a fan of the films, so I'm just happy to be here to tell this story. That they let me come in here and help tell this type of story. I feel like we delivered on everything that Transformers is already known for, but adding a lot more heart and a lot more emotion. I feel like it's an underdog story about finding your voice, about finding out who you are in this scary, big world.
I played Dropkick. I want nothing short of world domination for the Decepticons. I think it was clever and smart and fun to go sort of back, and see where it all started. And I think it's a movie that's got a lot of heart in it as well. I mean, obviously, fantastic action and all the rest of it, but there's some very touching moments in it that I think everyone's very proud of. There's enormous sort of heart-racing scenes, that are great, and then there's also sort of quieter moments, I should say, that where the characters get to be three-dimensional and real and relatable,
It was an absolute blast from start to finish. It was a real thrill. I was a kid who grew up loving the Transformers in the 80s, and so to have the opportunity to be able to tell a story like this about a character I've loved since I was a kid, it was a real thrill. We did so much fun stuff on this movie, crazy car chases and battles, but for me, the heart and soul of the movie is the relationship between Bumblebee and Hailee's character, Charlie, and that is the part of the film that I'm most proud of. He's always been one of the most beloved Transformers, and I think a big part of that is because of his deep connection with people, and it's a facet of his personality that we've never really explored in a meaningful way, and I wanted to dive into that, like what is it about him, what is it about us that he's so deeply connected with people, and this film explores that and gives us the answer to that. there's a lot of fun in it. It's got a lot of action. It's got a lot of high octane energy. But the heart and soul of the movie is the relationship between Hailee Steinfeld's character Charlie and B, and that is really where audiences invest. And I think they're to get the response that people are moved by that relationship. That's what it's all about for me. It's everything they've come to expect from the franchise. I wanted to make sure that I was honoring the traditions of the franchise, and so we have the robot fights, we have the visual effects, we have the spectacle, we have the chases, but we also have an additional layer of heart, and I think that's the thing that ties it all together.